Assalamualaikum everyone. Today we will be speaking about marketing ethics in pharmaceutical companies. My group consists of Putri, Nurma, Nadia, Shahira and Hafiza. For introduction, we will be defining marketing ethics in the pharmaceutical industry. There are many aspects in defining the pharmaceutical corporations. We chose AstraZeneca. The company was founded in 1999 on April the 6th. It is an Anglo-Swedish multinational pharmaceutical and biotechnology company. The reason we chose to speak about AstraZeneca is because the company balances their advertising with accurate and non-misleading information. They are currently one of the top pharmaceutical companies within Malaysia. This is due to always avoiding any unethical and never exaggerating within their advertising and promotions. The company is a perfect example of ethical and positive advertising. We will now be highlighting the importance of ethical consideration in pharmaceutical marketing. Number 1. Clear information. The company has always been truthful and non-misleading when advertising their products. Number 2. Trustfulness. Gaining public trust among health workers, patients and consumers by being transparent and ethical. Number 3. Responsible advertising. Adverts shouldn't have any aggressive or misleading advertising tactics. All advertising should be clear, truthful and balanced. Number 4. Truthfulness. By being truthful, it means providing accurate information about all products. And finally, number 5. Regulation compliance. Ensuring that the company sticks to all regulations nationally and internationally regarding governing the pharmaceutical industry. I will be passing it on to Hafiza now. Thank you so much.
Next, we will continue with the drug promotion and advertising in AstraZeneca company. Direct-to-consumer advertising can create a competition among pharmaceutical companies to encourage them to innovate and develop new drugs. AstraZeneca balances their promotion by presenting comprehensive information about the new and improved drugs' benefit, potential risks, and the side effects while advertising. They will explain with details to the patient and refer them to consult with a professional healthcare. The impact that we can see on the public health is the patient will feel empowered, they will participate actively in the healthcare decision and control their well-being, knowing that the healthcare professional would provide transparent and accurate information. This will affect the long-term brand loyalty because the patient gives their trust in the company that practice transparency communication and committed to the patient's well-being. This can be related to the theories of care, the care after someone who requires support from the healthcare professional. Approach the individual empathy, acknowledge their feelings, fear, and possible concern about taking the medication. This can create a supportive environment which develops trust, enhancing the patient's emotional well-being.
Next up, we're moving in to clinical trial and research ethics. As patients have a right to leave a clinical trial at any time, it is important to understand how such decisions may impact successful completion of a clinical trial. If high numbers of patients resign from a clinical trial, it may be put on hold. This may extend the overall durations of the trial, or the trial could be cancelled. Poor retention of patients in a clinical trial also means a low quality of overall clinical trial data, lower statistical power, and decreased confidence in the result. When a patient leaves a clinical trial, researchers may not be able to use the patient's data for the overall clinical trial analysis. This in turn puts the approval from regulatory agencies at risk and delays bringing the treatment or vaccine to market for other people living with the same disease or condition. While in AstraZeneca, informed consent process is the process they use for learning and discussing the details of the clinical trials with the study doctor before deciding whether to take part. This is also time for the potential participants to make sure all of their questions have been answered. All details about the clinical trial are outlined in a document called the Informed Consent Form, or ICF. The ICF focuses on the purpose of the clinical trial, its duration, required procedures, potential benefits and risks, and what will happen to data collected from participants. This is also called a theory of Kant, where Kant associated respect for people with treating them only in ways that they could possibly or rationally consent to, not with treating them in ways that they have actually consented to, voluntarily and rationally.
Shifting to the next point, which is access to medicine and pricing. Companies like AstraZeneca have a tough job balancing making money and making sure everyone can get the medicines they need. One big problem is that medicines can be too expensive, especially for people in poorer countries, making it hard for them to get the treatment they need. AstraZeneca tries to figure out prices that keep them in business, but also make sure life-saving drugs are affordable for everyone. They use strategies like different prices based on economic conditions and deals with governments, but people are worried if these strategies are good enough, if they're clear about what they're doing, and if they might accidentally make health difference worse. AstraZeneca and other drug companies are trying to do better. They work with groups and governments to make sure medicines, especially for diseases like HIV, are affordable. They also team up on research to tackle diseases that are often ignored, showing they want to fix health inequalities. Even though these efforts are positive steps, we need to keep checking if these companies are doing their job right. Clear prices, ongoing efforts to make medicines available, and working with public health organizations are crucial to solve the ethical challenges in making sure everyone can get the medicines they need. AstraZeneca's role shows how tricky it is to balance making money with the important job of making sure everyone can be healthy.
Next, I will continue to talk about regulatory compliance and industry standards. Regulatory agencies like the FDA and EMA, which place a high priority on consumer protection and fair practices, are essential in encouraging ethical marketing in the pharmaceutical sector. Patient safety and efficiency are most significant, and these agencies uphold stringent regulation to ensure accurate information about pharmaceuticals. As a responsible pharmaceuticals business, AstraZeneca complies with the laws, encouraging openness and moral behavior to boost the reputation of the sector. It is observed, meanwhile, that certain companies use unethical marketing techniques, endangering the industry reputation as a whole and opening themselves up to legal action. Both corporations and regulatory bodies are being urged to prioritize public health and moral principles in their marketing strategies. This emphasizes the importance of adhering to ethical standards in order to protect consumers and uphold the integrity of the industry. So that's all about regulatory compliance and industry standards in AstraZeneca.
What we can conclude from this study is AstraZeneca, a pharmaceutical company known for its ethical advertising practice and transparent communication. The company emphasizes its dedication to provide clear, truthful, and balanced information, promoting a trust among health professionals and its patients. AstraZeneca managed a difficult balance between profitability and accessibility, implementing measures such as variable pricing based on economic conditions. The discussion then moves on to the company's adherence to standards of regulation, demonstrating the significance of moral marketing in the pharmaceutical industry. Clinical trials and research ethics are discussed, as well as the difficulties related with the patient data and the study continuance. AstraZeneca company commitment to the regulatory compliance and industry standard demonstrate its commitment to transparency, ethical interaction, and the industrial credibility. Overall, the summary captures AstraZeneca's diverse approach from responsible advertising and clinical trial to pricing tactics and regulatory compliance, positioning the company as a model of ethical standards in the pharmaceutical industry. That's all. Thank you.